Hello, everybody, and thank you for this month's course presented by All Financial Services on using video to create content. This is more and digging deeper into video content from a holistic level. So not just about the apps like Instagram and Reels and things of that nature, but how to be able to take a piece of video content and leverage it in more ways than one to expand your overall knowledge and reach. So I'm going to talk about different ways, different tools, and topics to do. At the end, we will go over some of the apps that I use on a regular basis in order to create video content. All right. So welcome to this class. In the world of real estate, it's important to leverage video as much as possible. Today, we will discuss the different ways to use video to assist in getting and keeping your client base. So we're talking about how to use video in order to increase in user creativity. Um, you're in the right place if you don't leverage and use video on a regular basis. You're unsure about the different ways to incorporate video. So right now, you're saying, "Oh, I'll make a reel. I'll just make a Facebook post." Like those are great, but there are more ways than just that. You struggle with finding topics to use for your video content. You want to find ways to be able to batch content and get it done out of the way over time, and how to stay connected with people who don't or may not need a house right now, or if you just need to get away from your kids for a little bit of time. Once again, my name is Dr. Austin Hill, and I'm your instructor for today. We are going to be diving deep into the world of video, and I'm giving you my best rendition of how to be able to utilize video on a regular basis. Right. So, for those who are in attendance, how are you currently using video on a regular basis?
I currently do not use any video.
Okay. Is there a particular reason why?
Um, I'm not for sure how to really use it. Every now and again, I'll do like the templates from Canva,
Okay.
but that's about it.
Okay. Okay. And Dion?
Same. So I'm not using video every day. So I do use some templates also from Canva, making some reels, but not like my face talking in front of the camera.
Okay. And that's something we actually are working on together.
We
Yeah.
are.
There's a project we're working on together. So great, great. So using video can happen in a multitude of ways, right? But for starting out, if I am a realtor, first thing I have to realize is that video gets you up to 40% more engagement than a static post. With that being said, here are two types of video that you should focus on, right? So everybody's going to tell you to do this, do that. I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible for you all, right? So the first thing is you want to focus on informative videos. What kind of videos can you make that are extremely informative to be able to engage your client base, right? And informative videos are videos that provide definitions, they go over processes, they're long form and informative, meaning that you're doing a like almost like a TED talk or like a webinar or something of that nature, and you're getting a lot of good information and content that you can break down, or they're explainer video, like you're explaining a process, you're explaining why certain things are that way, you're explaining how to use certain things. So you're leveraging and using explainer video content. On the other side of that, there are engagement videos, right? Whether they are behind the scenes, like you're doing something, you're getting ready a listing box, you're preparing to do a seller or buyer presentation. You're showing people the process and what it is that you're doing, and that goes into the next one, which is process. A lot of people enjoy seeing the process. It allows them to feel more comfortable in a situation. So leveraging and utilizing a process or process form video is helpful and important. Behind the scenes, you have a behind the scene, I'm not behind the scenes, sorry, question and response. So you can take questions that people are using on your current social media page or platform, and then you respond to those videos. And that's something as simple as putting a text box underneath saying, "Hey, Dion, how much is needed for a down payment?" And then you let that scroll and you say, for a down payment of a home using FHA, the typical home will ask for 3.5%. And on conventional, it can go anywhere from 3, 5 to 20%, you know? You get in, you answer the question, you land the plane. So finding ways to leverage and be able to answer questions is another form of video content that you can make. And then sizzle posts. The sizzle posts are the kind of posts that if you're out at a restaurant, things of that nature, to keep people engaged, that end up getting a whole lot of likes, a whole lot of comments, and things of that nature, just to keep your algorithm engaged with what it is that you're making. Questions about these forms of videos to start with?
I'm sorry, Doc. Can you say what the sizzle post is again, please?
Yeah, so like when you all did your team luncheon, celebrating birthdays and things of that nature, right? So you went to a restaurant, you did some behind the scenes, you showed you guys engaging or sharing out posts, things of that nature. Or like when we did like the behind the scenes of like a listing video. We didn't necessarily explain the listing video, but we did like you walking up and walking away and things of that nature. Like that would be a sizzle post. That's when we get the post are gonna say, yeah, girl, oh, you looking fly, you're shooting, those types of things that keep your algorithm engaged.
So it's interesting. Like I struggle with that just a little bit because we do like get
Mhm.
together,
Mhm.
but typically we're having cocktails or brunch or, so we're doing fun stuff. So to manage the number of that. Like I don't want it to be every time we get together, we're clinking glasses, like that kind of thing.
So
You know
here's
what I
the
mean?
thing, and I get that, but on the flip side of that is that can be the post in itself, right? You could take your phone and just do one clink glass, and then over the clink glass, put a text saying, "What are your wins for this week? What are you celebrating? Comment below."
I like
Or it
it.
can be you go to a restaurant, you guys have a really good bottle of wine, and you say, in this neighborhood, in this zip code, while homes range for this and this, here's my top 5 wines or top 3 wines that I get to when I'm at this restaurant, which is in this neighborhood. So you profile a neighborhood, you profile the restaurant, and then you say that your favorite wine. I mean, there are so many different ways that you can leverage and then increase the exposure at the same time without having to feel like, oh, I got to take 30 clips to make a video. A good video clip can just be one clip. But these are excellent questions. Janika, go ahead. You had a question?
No, I don't have a question.
You have a question? All right. All right. So I'll keep pushing. So informative videos, right? So starting with informative videos. Searching for topics is always an area that a lot of people struggle with, right? So when you're searching for topics, I personally like to use ChatGPT oftentimes. So using resources like ChatGPT, Answer the Public, and different polls, you can find out topics that interest your clients. So when you're doing this, one, you want to be specific, right? You want to say who the client base you're looking for. So you want to be as descriptive and specific, talking about what the demographic is, what they look like, where they typically shop, things of that nature. The more information that you can provide your client base, the better they're going to be, right? You want to give, like, goes on the second one, give as much detail as possible. Give as much detail as possible when you're working with this client base, so that they're aware of what is it you're offering. And then fact check. If something doesn't make sense, typically it's not right. So you need to go back and check, right? So here I gave a sample one before we actually dive in and do our own. So the sample question that I said is, hello, I'm a realtor in Baltimore. What are 8 of the most common topics that clients ask when looking to buy a home in Baltimore? Right. So, Janika, do you feel as though I was extremely specific in this or no?
I think you were, yes.
Really? Let's quiz Marlo.
Mhm. Well, no, because you really didn't ask what types of topics.
Okay, that's good. Keep going. Dion, was I specific on here?
No, I mean, I think that you could drill down because Baltimore's so big. So if you're
I
looking
like
for a
that.
particular neighborhood, like
I
some
like that.
neighborhoods have certain things that are more attractive to, like a certain buyer. So I think you want to get like as specific as possible to get a better result.
I completely agree. Being a transplant to the area, the first thing that, everybody says is like, there's a world of a difference between East Baltimore and West Baltimore. So with that being said, people looking to buy in different sections of Baltimore are going to look for different things. So drilling down on the topic will be extremely helpful. But I use this as a baseline, right? So in the baseline, they gave me 8 different topics: neighborhood and location, home prices and market trends, property taxes, school districts, public transportation, home inspection, financing and mortgage options, closing costs, and additional fees, right? So from here, you should be able to build out and be able to get enough topics to leverage and get more videos. So what I'm going to do is I am going to share my screen, right? So here are the topics. So I'm going to go and we're going to write our own prompt here, right? So let's start there. So writing our own prompt, what kind of information do I want to give, Janice? So let's start with the who. Let's start with the who. So who am I?
A realtor in Maryland.
Oh, I thought we're going to be specific here. So let's be as specific as possible.
Hello, I am a Maryland realtor. Can you give me
No, wait, I'm still here.
uh,
I'm a Maryland realtor, and where am I covering?
Easton, Maryland?
Well, who's your brokerage?
Exit Sunshine Realty.
All right, now I'm starting there. What's my ask? I'm sorry, let me tell you.
Uh,
Who's the what? What's the what? What am I looking to do? We have the who. Now where's the what? You there, Janika?
I'm here.
Now what's the what? What am I looking to do?
What are the top 8
I am looking
neighborhoods?
to inform my social media followers on topics of interest to them when buying a home. All right, now what's my ask? Can you provide me with
Can you excuse me? Can you provide me with 8 or a few topics?
We'll be specific, so say 8 topics that an individual is looking to buy a home may ask. My client avatar is a single African American woman with one child and the age of 40. And after watching the videos, I want her to feel informed and ask me other follow. All right, so how's that sound? And now does that sound more specific?
It does, yes.
I said who I am, I said where I am, I said what I'm asking. I also shared what my end goal is, like what I want people to walk away with by the end of it. So it's very clear and concise. All right, and let's see what it comes. Hello, Marlon, how's it going? All right, so this is what it's saying, some of the topics. Some are similar, which I didn't expect it to be that far off. So it's also saying that you want to talk about healthcare and wellness. So maybe you talk about gyms or gymnasiums, hospitals, health clinics, doctor's office. You highlight those areas. And then community support and networks for parents. Like what are some things that children might do? Great. Can you create a chart, an X and Y axis chart with X? Always wanted to try this. So it said create like a chart, X and Y axis. So the X axis is going to be the different topics that are there. And then the Y is going to be like the bullets. And so let's see if it's able to do it. If not, then I wrote the prompt wrong, and I'll get you guys the prompt. So now that we have the topics, we want to have bullet points, right? And the importance of having bullet points for videos is so that you know that what you're walking into and what you're able to answer by the end of the video, right? Because it's easy to say, oh, I have a topic and I'm just going to ramble. But if you have bullet points, you know the 2 things or 3 things you need to hit on by the end of, yep, I did it. Yep, I missed a prompt. So regardless, I'll make sure to get you those bullet points because I made an Excel chart for some reason. Not Excel chart. I made a graph chart in an Excel XY box. All right, so we have that. We have the Chat GBT. Not really. Looking for, can you give bullet points for each of the 8 items you listed? So that you know what to cover each of 8 topics. Let's see. All right, there we go. So essentially, this is going to make a chart, but now it's giving you the two ideas, right? So here's the 2 bullet points for each of the 8 topics, and I'll be sure to share that out with you, Janika. For Marlon and for Dion, you guys would then replicate this for our topic videos and the slide that I will now prepare to show you, right? Going back here. So now that we have the informative videos, right? So now we want to talk about engagement. So with engagement videos, you want to talk about things such as like behind the scenes tours. So let's say you found a neighborhood that is new and upcoming, whether it be new construction, new build, you're preparing to do a buyer seller presentation, and you want to show the preparation of what's involved in and with it. People enjoy seeing the process and understanding processes. So having those videos is very helpful and important. The process from start to finish. So, what can people expect when buying a home, right? So, if you all were to talk about, and as you become more and more busy because you're going to be successful, explaining to people, the process of buying a home, selling a home, can be a lot. So if you take the time to make an explainer video on the step by step of what people or should expect, 1, talking to a lender, 2, getting pre-approved, 3, going out on tours, 4, writing a writing an offer letter. 5, having an offer letter accepted. 6, doing the home inspection. 7, coming back with any recommendations from the home inspection. 8, finalizing your loan with your lender. 9, doing your final walkthrough. And 10, going to the closing table. In each of those 10 different topics, you can explain what people can expect. And then in turn, as they're going through the process to save yourself time, you would then just share out that document or that video. When people know what to expect, it cuts down on the questioning that they may ask you. So they may only ask you very specific questions. I might say like, hey, like my lender hasn't gotten back to me on clear to close. In your video, it says clear to close should be notified by this date. What's going on. And then you know exactly how to help instead of saying, hey, Dion, I don't know what to do next. Well, yes, you do, because I gave you the document that has everything embedded. Just learned information. So let's say that you are coming out of like a GVBR, or your lender is giving you like new information about programs that they have coming out, or the state has new requirements or regulations for things that are happening, and you want to just engage people saying, hey, just got some new information, blah, blah, blah. Here's the topic. Tell me what you think. Like, are you for this or for against this? Drop a comment below or do a poll. Many of us have realized or learned that now you can add poll questions inside of your video content. So by engaging people and having them do videos, it's just another way to keep them engaged. And then doing slow motion. So utilizing those sizzle videos, Dion, like, if you're doing the clink glass, so a 3-second clink glass video can really turn into a 7-second. If you're slowing it down in slow-mo and then adding text over it, leverages a video that really was just going to be thrown away into something that can be greater for video content for your client base, right? And then where should you place your videos? So placing your videos is very important. So different ways that you can place them. So Meta, everybody in here, if you're not using a Planoly or like a scheduler or Later or something of that nature, you're going to use a scheduling app on Meta, which is free. So you want to do on Facebook, you want to do the 16:9 or the 9:16. I typo there. So it should be 9:16. So 9:16 is just the vertical one, like a reel. And then 16:9 is just your standard landscape video. Same thing for Instagram. You want to place those videos on both of here. TikTok, while you still can. It looks like the federal government is going to be making a decision soon on TikTok. So while you still can, leveraging on TikTok is helpful. YouTube and YouTube Shorts from an SEO standpoint. So you have videos, you can embed them easily into PDF and different documents that you email out or embed, or an app called VidFlow. So by placing on VidFlow, you can share it out with clients and client base, and they can have things stored or shared on their phone and leverage in different ways. Questions on where to place your videos? All right, you guys are quiet. All right, so here's where we get into the real purpose of the day, right? So everybody in here has either made a reel, like the other day I did some content with Marlon and he made a reel on Instagram, which was great, right? So here's some different ways that I have not seen many realtors leverage and use video that is extremely helpful and can help set you apart from other clients. I mean, other clients, from other realtors in the industry. This is what other people are not doing that you can easily do and it won't be too cumbersome, right? So one, creating a newsletter about things that are happening around you. It doesn't have to necessarily be real estate based. If you enjoy baking, you can do a baking newsletter. If you enjoy sports, you can do a sports newsletter. If you enjoy covering neighborhoods, you can do a neighborhood newsletter. Use all of those clients that you help build your CRM with on a regular basis and help give them something that's going to keep them engaged. Engage community partners and find people that you enjoy working with on a regular basis and highlight them. So start building out newsletters, courses with chapters. And when I say courses, I don't mean courses for sale. I mean, just like you want to educate your clients, uh, break down chapters on your client experience from buying and selling, similar to what I talked about 2 slides ago. So make a course about how to buy a home. Here is Marlon's 10 steps on buying a home so that you can give it to somebody or leave it linked as a webinar on your website, as a lead gen. There's so many different ways that you can leverage it, but creating courses that people can follow step by step is helpful for you. Your client onboarding process, sharing with people what to expect on when working with you, right? So from a client process, it's what people can expect, who can they contact, what they look like, making videos that you can give them to help cut down on repetitiveness or when you may not be available and things of that nature is helpful. Embedded PDFs. So in some PDFs that I send, I will embed a video, and then in that video is explaining whatever process it is, right? So you all can do the same thing. So think about course or whatever it may be. But if you want to do a newsletter, if you want to just do an update, a market update, if you want to do a blog post that is converted into a PDF and you embed that video, you can look to do that. Blog posting. Blog posting is a great way to show up on Google on a regular basis. So if you create a blog post and embed that video, it can show up there, and then leveraging that same content on Pinterest as well too, because Pinterest is nothing more than a haven for blog posting. CRM responses. How many people in here are utilizing fully their CRM?
I'm working on it.
You're working on it, okay. And what does "I'm working on it" mean?
Well, I switched brokers, so I haven't set up my new CRM.
Okay, okay. So, when you set up your CRM and you have all of those individuals, right? So, I think this will be perfect. So, when you have your when you get to your next, brokerage and you get set up, you're going to create a video, whether you hire somebody or don't hire somebody, explaining people where you moved, how to contact you, what your new process is going to look like, and your office hours and things of that nature. And then you're going to send it out to everybody to keep them informed. And I'll show you all how I go about doing that on a regular basis too. But that's a great thing. Gmail automated. How many people in here utilize Gmail on a regular basis? Am I the only one? Only person? Gmail. So within
I do for personal use.
Oh, so if you utilize Gmail on your business line, right? So one of the things that Gmail has is like an automated response. It ended automated response, meaning that things that are most commonly talked about, you can have a response already drafted and created, and then embed that video link, and then send it out to somebody. So instead of having to craft and create a video, yeah, or craft and create an email each time, you already have a saved template and send out that template within the video. Pinned IG videos. So in your video, in your top of your Instagram, you can have what's called a pin post. You can have a pin post on the side of your Facebook, main Facebook page as well too. So with that being said, I would have an embedded video about explaining who you are, who you serve, what your ideal client looks like, and how people can engage and contact you. That would be helpful. And then website homepage, right? So within your website, you can embed videos. So, like Dion has a beautiful new website that she's designing, and we worked on videos, and she will continue to have videos on there. So, with that being said, the video content that she makes, she can have embedded videos inside of her website that'll also track back because of SEO and things of that nature. If she embeds it into Google, it'll show up there as well. I know these are a lot. So, any questions here at all? Nobody. Wow. See, I'm giving y'all my Anita Baker. Nobody's saying anything. All right. So when we're doing videos, please don't forget about utilizing topics, right? So when in doubt, like if you're really struggling, you're like, Austin, like I'm on ChatGPT, I'm not saying anything. I really want to do some engagement type videos and things of that nature. Take a screenshot of this. You're going to have the PDF, you're going to have all that, but take a screenshot of this and start making video content related to real estate on these topics. I promise you, it's going to help broaden your sphere because these are the things that Instagram is focusing on. If you take one of these topics a week, right? Anyway, from destinations, you can say that Canton is a destination in Baltimore, which it is. You can say Owings Mills of this new restaurant is a destination, which it is. You can start saying it's outdoors and you found your favorite snowball stand or ice cream shop because it is, right? For the most part, everything outside of jungle and rainforest, what I'm seeing is you can make a video piece of content around most of these different things out and about anywhere in Maryland, and then be able to help engage your content.
Speak a little bit more about that, Doc, please. So like,
Yeah.
let's use beaches as an example.
Okay, so easily for Janika, because Janika's on the Eastern Shore in Easton, right? So she could do anywhere from like Ocean City, Maryland, Chincoteague, like any of those areas, and talk about properties that are down there, and present herself as a expert. For here on this side, I mean, there are technically beaches in the Maryland side that you could cover. Like there are man-made beaches, inland, what is that? Down, my wife always jokes about it, down Middle River. You can talk about beaches, the on the harbor. What's the one restaurant place that everybody Sandlot, right?
Mhm.
Like you could talk about coming attractions or attractions in Baltimore that you must see if you're living downtown, right? And let's say you cover and talk about Sandlot in one of your videos. You technically can hit that button and tag it, and because it's talking about beaches and you're covering Sandlot, right? And you're saying it as an attraction, like, hey, you want to move to Baltimore and you want to be in Harbor East or wherever it is, like here's some attractions, and then Sandlot be one of them. Um, so you're highlighting area attractions that people are engaging and asking about when moving into different areas, and you're sharing that. There are. Why do I feel like in Essex? I feel like there's some new construction in Essex that has their own like man-made beach that's private. I mean, you wouldn't call it like you're going to the Caribbean, but there's sand, there's water, and it's only private for that community. Dion, do you know what I'm talking about? It's starting like a probably like this is years ago,
No.
like 6 or 700,000. I'm gonna pull it up somewhere.
Okay.
6 or 700,000. It's a private community, but they have like a man-made beach there. I'm gonna pull it up. Pick another topic. Water activities. If you anybody who covers like my area, Harford County and or Cecil County, you can easily just do a video properties near and about Great Wolf Lodge. Hey, you're moving to the area, you want to get an investment property because Great Wolf Lodge is always selling out. Here are 3 areas that you should purchase in if you're looking to build an investment property around Great Wolf Lodge. Then you got water parks covered.
So basically, you're saying take any of these topics and then relate it back to real estate. So do audio electronics.
Oh, that's what's the thing in here? Alexa. Hey, self-automation or making a smart home. Here are 3 investments that I would invest in order to help improve your smart home experience. Alexa. By creating Alexa speakers, you then can not only tell it to play music, but you can have it make your grocery list. You can have it add things to your calendar. You can be hands-free while you're doing things, all by making your home a smart home.
Look at you.
Yeah, I'm saying like if you ever get jammed like this is telling you what Instagram is going to push on a regular. I would find something in any of these topics, if I'm ever struggling and be like, look, like I just want something that's going to help increase my reach, this is what I'm going after today. Urban farming. How many of those neighborhood gardens are we seeing in Baltimore where they buy a lot and they help promote neighborhood gardening? I would go find a community representative and do a small interview of them and then post and list that. Home garden hacks. I would go to Home Depot or Lowe's on a Saturday and ask one attendants, like, hey, look, what is something that is flying off the shelves right now that people are getting around home gardening? The spring is opening up, people are starting to plant. What's the hot new plant? Dion, you could literally just click this one right here and do a whole YouTube channel on interior design.
Love it. I love it.
Because that talk about interior design. So yeah, so this is what if you're struggling and don't want to use ChatGPT, don't want to use any others, I would start here to get yourself more comfortable. All right, so here are the resources that I use, and you guys will get a screenshot of or the PDF of this, right? So resources, if I'm researching topics, I'm using Answer the Public, ChatGPT, or Google Trends. These are all going to be data based and data heavy. So they're looking at how to what are some of the more commonly asked questions, using search engines and giving that data back to you. Websites to distribute information. So I'm using a Canva PDF. So a lot of people just use Canva for graphics, but you know Canva also makes websites and you can make a PDF. So right now you're actually looking at a PDF. So you can hyperlink videos inside of here so that if you're sending a document, which is a PDF to people, they can click it and be able to have it. Email CRM. So I sent
Pause.
go ahead.
You're saying that I can go in Canva, like create a document that would then like when I download it as a PDF and it could have a video in it. So like a newsletter you could send out like that would have a video in it that you could like
Yeah,
a
you
person
type a
could
link to YouTube. Yeah. So the video won't be in here, but you'll say click me, right? And when they click it, it'll hyperlink to a YouTube video link. Yes.
I love that.
So email CRM. So yes, 2 days ago, I had launched like a savings, like a March Madness video. And I was like, oh, I don't want to type everything out. I'll just make a video. So I made an embedded video using my CRM, which is MailerLite, and I emailed out to my contact list. And in there, over 50% of people who are on my contact list then clicked it, and then it started engagement. I can see where they are, and I'll show you all that momentarily. But using your email CRM by leveraging and utilizing video is helpful because not only do I get the clicks there, I get the clicks on YouTube as well too. Mini chats. So we talked about it before. Mini chats is a way that you can have people engage once you do a video. Once you do a post, they can then engage and then find out more content information. You can send them a follow-up link or a YouTube video or whatever it may be if they have a topic question. And then having a subdomain page where you're able to put videos from your website that's not necessarily forward-facing, but is able to have good SEO. A video editing apps I use. Opus Clip. That's how I'm able to take long form video, then chop it up into smaller or short videos. Video AI is another one that is able to take a long form video and then chop it up into short form videos. CapCut, which everybody in here should be utilizing on a regular basis to chop up videos. iMovie and Lightcut, once again, are just apps that are free that you can use to leverage and chop up videos. And then if you're wondering about what to purchase to make videos, your cell phone is a great starter. As long as you have light, having light can transform anything and make it make a okay video into a great video. And then from there, investing in like a monopod. So monopod is I have one here. This is actually a monopod that turns into a tripod. I would just put a cell phone on top of here. But it's a great tool and resource to have. This is, like I said, it's a monopod, but it turns into a tripod as well. Lighting. So having panel lights that you can put up on a regular basis is helpful. Cell phone gimbal. So a cell phone gimbal is what can help stabilize your video if you're walking around, walking through. Um Mobile gimbal. So mobile gimbal, you guys will probably see me on a regular basis walk around with my new buddy and tool right here with some mobile gimbal, and we'll see create and use video with it, and then microphones. Any subpar video can turn into a great video and nobody will notice it if you are using great audio. Don't underestimate the power of great audio, and you can get great audio by even investing in $20 microphones from Amazon on the way all the way on up. Any questions about any of these apps? And like I said, I'm gonna go over Opus Clip and Video AI to show you how you could take a long form video and we'll push the limits on that, right? The questions on that?
I have a I
Yeah,
have a quick question about
absolutely.
MailChimp. Do
Absolutely.
you have to have the do you have to have the paid version in order to send an email through there?
No, you don't, but it limits on how many people you can engage.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. These are good questions. What other questions?
I have another one.
Oh yeah, come on.
So, so for my Evite, I have all those email contacts there.
Okay.
Um, is there any way I can pull them over from my Evite to MailChimp, or would
Yeah.
I have to
It's
do
called a
that?
CSV. It's called a CSV. So typically, Evite inside of people who register and import will create a CSV file. And then the CSV file, you'll then take that information and drop it into MailChimp and upload it. And then I would segment that and say like people who signed up for homebuyer classes or whatever. So you know exactly their demographic and what information they're looking for.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. All right. So, and then once again, using the information beyond, you want to make sure that you're using a newsletter. This is a typical standard form newsletter that I use on a regular basis. I just change the topics in there, but I keep everything the same. So for people who have had many chats, I'll have the topics there. I'll just hyperlink this link into many chats, and then you just send it and go. So let's go into the two apps that I like, which is Video AI and Opus Clip. So each one has its benefits. And I'll share the benefits of each so that you can see. So I just got Video AI and here. All right, share screen, Google. All right, here. So here's Video AI, right? So a video AI is going to take a event, long form video. So let's say that you have a homebuyer workshop, right? You have a homebuyer workshop, you have a long form video, which is an hour long. It's going to take that hour long video and then chop it into different video topics and then give you what the topic is and what it's talking about too, right? So, we've all done these long form webinars and we're like, oh man, nobody's showing up. Now gone are the days that I really don't care if anybody showed up, because if my presentation is good, I can then leverage that presentation to have it then be better, right? So going into edit, it's going to let me to change my style and the layout and what it is that it picked, right? So you have everything from having a follow video to you can add in B-roll, add in everything. It's allowing me, once I click it, I can change the text and the fonts. I can add emojis to it. I can tell it to auto emoji, all of that. And then there's also embedded video as well too, right? Where is it? Not embedded. I mean, embedded topics. Like it gave a score. Yeah, I don't know if it's because it's not. So in here in the score, it shares how and why. I'm trying to figure out where it is. There it is. Description. So it talks about the description of what's being said, and then there's a transcript here as well too. So if you're looking to go on YouTube, you would then copy the description into the YouTube description, and then add any other trigger or keywords that you may find interesting, right? So now you can take a long form video, chop it into chapters or whatever you need to, and then send it and go. So to take it a step further, if I am a realtor, instead of investing, $500 for a whole bunch of home buyer seminars, I may do two a year, the rest be virtual, record it, and then leverage that video into something like this. So that, hey, if nobody shows up, I still can send people specifically what I want to. And then you embed this video into the document, Dion, or, Janika or somebody else. Does that make sense?
It does, yes.
Okay. All right, let me pull up Opus Clip. So Opus Clip is similar. This is what Opus Clip looks like. So Opus Clip will take video, same way. Individuals. It's going to give you a description. You can copy and paste the description and leverage it however you need to, right? So it's going to give what's called multicam. So it's going to be like a multicam clip setup. You can also have it set up to just be an individual, like one-on-one video as well too. But the benefit of it is it's going to give you the topic. So this is what you would topic it in YouTube, and then give you a description, and then you just add to it as well. But this is just another form of, regardless if I was there or not there, you could have just a casual conversation with people, throw up a camera, make sure it's well lit, and then turn it into good content that can then be leveraged in other ways. Questions?
What was the score? The so one was like 99, 96. What is
Oh,
that related to?
searchability and how well it thinks it's going to fare like on social media
Okay,
by just the topic. And then like if I change the topic title and things of that nature.
got it.
All right. So am I Anita Baker giving you the best that I got? This is how I personally would look to leverage and utilize video. At the end of the day, video is it's so important. And hopefully more and more individuals become comfortable enough with video to venture out and to use it. All it takes is one person being informed by what it is that you're providing and doing to be beneficial to you and your business. So don't look at it like, oh, this video didn't go viral, I'm not doing well. You would be surprised. People who you don't think are watching your videos are actually watching them and are too scared to say something. So the more that you're able to educate and inform people, the better off you're going to end up being. And I will pause this, but As always, I thank everybody for. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. Marlon has been asking questions. Hold on. Marlon says, how is the best way to get started with video as a tech novice? Oh, so the best way, if I'm somebody, I would go on to. Well, I'm gonna show you the best way, and I'll send you a link to an Amazon cart. Best way. Cell phone tripod. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna invest in my favorite right here. I'm gonna invest in this. It's 40% off. It has a Bluetooth trigger. It's something I literally like. It's in my trunk. I go everywhere with it. Don't leave home without it. Right. I would start with cell phone tripod. So they're different levels, right? $22. This is a great starter mic, right? It's a great starter mic. They have it for Android and for Apple. Great starter mic. If I wanted something a little bit more, where's the mic that where is it? Called Movo. These are the ones that I swear about. Where is it? So I have this set. So this one has one with I can see Katie using this as a like an on the go like interview style microphone. But this is the one I have right here, literally. Sits on my desk, it goes in my pocket every single day. I'm at work or anywhere. Because I never know when I might be using or leveraging it. So this is the one that I have in my pocket every day. And it has great battery life, um, great reach, sounds clean. I did a video last night. You saw it probably clipped on my tie. But yeah, audio is very clean on that.
Awesome.
Sorry?
I have a microphone similar to that
Uh-huh.
where it like plugs in at the bottom of your phone. But I
Hmm.
noticed that sometimes I'm like, I feel like I had a microphone that could plug into like with the regular like aux attachment to plug into my camera. I
Hmm.
mean, not cam, yeah, the camera or the laptop. Because like sometimes I'm in an instance where my phone's dying, so I have to charge it.
Okay.
But
So
that piece is like I have to use the piece.
okay, so then you want to look at so if you're looking to do that, I
I
would
was
say
wondering if I was looking up the other day, like, do they have a extra piece where I can still keep my microphone like the one you have, but just add in that cord, I guess.
technology wise, I feel like it does at the top. Hold on. That's just a charger. So that one doesn't. Um, so I will show you, not to go down the rabbit hole. Where is it? I'm under $100. If I'm at 100, I'm like looking at these Highlands are good. It's good quality. Yeah, that's not to plug in. That's a plug in. That's a plug in. Camera aux. And like I said, here's the thing, like depending upon your investment level. Oh, here it is. So these have the noise canceling, and you can probably up under $100. So I'll look at these. This was on the tech show that I went to. People were swearing by them. You can check the audio levels here. I believe it has internal recording and noise cancellation as well too, and it has a clip to use for your cell phone.
Oh, thank you. I'll
Look
look
at
into
something like
that
that.
one.
Yeah, I would look at something like that.
Thank you.
Hmm. Yes, cell phone. That's perfect. This. All right. Where was he? Lighting. So this is something that, you invest in good lighting, it'll cover you forever. So like if you have like a desk, these are good lights. That's what I'm literally using right now. If you're mobile on the go, say LED panel, LED panel lights. And the larger the light, the white. Maybe we get some decent lights for under to start. All right, so here's like a set, right? So you can start off with like a LED light like this. Not small rig. Small. I'll find you the other ones. Yeah, it's not pulling up. I'll find you the other one. But like Marlon, finding those lights, like good panel lights, you can just have them like stationary to start. You have good lights, a microphone, and a tripod to start with. That's where I would start. And then using some of those topics that are most commonly asked and putting it on YouTube. See if you ask anything else. I'm currently having issues with towards my phone, so I can't always stir because it says, oh, so what you want to do is, what phone do you have? So depending upon your phone, some phones allow you to, which iPhone? So the newer iPhones allow you to connect an external hard drive and be able to record directly to the external hard drive. So like if you're not going to buy the iCloud add-on for the additional storage, I would look at getting an external hard drive. Yeah, look at getting an external hard drive or increasing to the iCloud. Because I don't know if you want to start investing in like in a camera. But if you want to start investing in a camera, I can make camera recommendations for you too. Other questions? Well, as always, I thank everybody for participating on behalf of All Financial Services. I am hopeful that you are learning and growing from this information. As always, if we can be of any help to you, please don't hesitate to let us know.